During World War II, the Imperial Japanese Army operated one of the most horrifying research programs in human history. Known as Unit 731, this covert group was responsible for unimaginable atrocities committed under the guise of science. Its story is one of cruelty, suffering, and lessons that must never be forgotten. Unit 731 was established in 1936 in Japanese-occupied Manchuria, under the leadership of Lieutenant General Shiro Ishii. Officially, it was called the Epidemic Prevention and Water Purification Department of the Kwantung Army. But behind this harmless-sounding name, a sinister purpose to develop biological and chemical weapons through human experimentation. Thousands of prisoners, mostly Chinese civilians, but also Koreans, Mongolians, Russians, and allied POWs, were subjected to inhumane experiments. These individuals were referred to as logs, dehumanizing them and reducing them to mere test subjects. They were considered expendable in the pursuit of scientific progress. One of the primary focuses of Unit 731 was biological warfare. To study the effects of diseases, prisoners were deliberately infected with pathogens such as plague, cholera, typhoid, anthrax, and smallpox. The infected subjects were then dissected alive, without anesthesia, to observe how the diseases ravaged their internal organs. In one infamous experiment, researchers released plague-infected fleas from low-flying planes over Chinese villages. These field tests led to widespread outbreaks, killing tens of thousands of people. It was an early form of biological warfare on a massive scale. Another focus was frostbite research. Prisoners were exposed to freezing conditions, often with their limbs submerged in ice water for hours. The researchers would then test methods to thaw the limbs, including pouring boiling water or using flames. These experiments left the subjects in unimaginable agony, and many did not survive. Unit 731 also conducted gruesome experiments involving weapons testing. Prisoners were tied to stakes and subjected to bomb blasts, flamethrowers, and chemical weapons to study the effects on the human body. These experiments were designed to improve Japan's military capabilities at the cost of innocent lives. Some prisoners were forced to endure high-pressure chambers until their eyes burst, while others were injected with animal blood or caustic chemicals to study the effects. Pregnant women were impregnated forcibly and subjected to vivisection, often alongside their unborn babies, to observe fetal development under extreme conditions. The atrocities didn't end within the walls of the Pingfang facility. Unit 731's biological weapons were tested on entire villages, leading to epidemics that wiped out entire populations. These horrifying acts of war targeted civilians indiscriminately, leaving a lasting legacy of pain and suffering. By the time the war ended in 1945, it's estimated that up to 3,000 people died within Unit 731's labs, with tens of thousands more perishing in field tests. Yet, the perpetrators largely escaped justice. After Japan's surrender, many members of Unit 731, including its leader Shiro Ishii, were granted immunity by the United States in exchange for their research data. Some even rose to prominence in Japan's post-war industries and medical fields. The story of Unit 731 is a grim reminder of the depths to which humanity can sink in the pursuit of power. The victims of these atrocities deserve to be remembered, and the lessons of their suffering must serve as a warning to future generations. Let us honor the memories of those who suffered and died by ensuring that their stories are told and their voices are never silenced. Thank you for watching this video. If you found this account important, please like, share, and subscribe. History, no matter how dark, holds the keys to a more just and humane future.